All right, all right. Okay. We are live. Oops, I'm on the wrong side. Okay. So, welcome everyone to the predictions for WWE Evolution number 2. So, I don't know if you guys can see the poster, but whatever. Anyway, actually you guys can't because I've taken up the whole screen. So, we got the Evolution pay-per-view happening, and of course, the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, taking place this Sunday, and it is particularly for the women's division. Um, this will be the first Evolution to and all women's professional wrestling pay-per-view to take place on both Netflix and Peacock, well, internationally speaking. Um, since the first Evolution in 2018, 7 years before. So, this is across all three brands, of course, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. You got Saturday Night Main Event that's also going to be happening, too, with 4 matches already made, set, and official, and this will be Goldberg, and Goldberg will have his retirement match for the World Heavyweight Championship, so that can be slated, but we've got a lot to get to. We did have a canceled match to get through. So we got 7 matches for this. One of the canceled matches, WWE began teasing Liv Morgan and Nikki Bella to have a one-on-one feud. Or is going to be for the tag team titles, where Brie was going to come back. But Morgan suffered a dislocated shoulder, which took her out, of course. So they had to scrap this. Instead, they put Nikki in the Battle Royal. So, we don't know who's really in the Battle Royal. Well, actually, we do. There's a couple names in the Battle Royal, but nothing really big. So, the first match we can get to, of course, is Jacy Jayne versus Jordynne Grace for the title. Now, after Jacy Jayne successfully defended the NXT Women's Championship on June 10th episode of NXT, Ava announced that on the following episode, the NXT Women's Champion Evolution Eliminator would begin. This consisted of 4 matches, with each winner advancing to a Fatal 4-Way. Of course, to that Fatal 4-Way, we had Jordynne Grace take on Jaida Parker, Lash Legend, and Izzy Dame. So, considering that you're going to get a tag team match at the Great American Bash, which is also an NXT pay-per-view, that's going to be happening the same day as Saturday Night Main Event. The form of a tag team match, Jacy Jayne will team up with Fallon Henley to take on Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe. I see the babyfaces winning that match. For this match, though, for just the Women's NXT Championship, as much as I would love Jordynne Grace to take the title, I think Jacy Jayne's going to pick up the victory here just to even out the win-loss and, of course, the momentum. Of course, the babyface needs to get some momentum into this going into her championship match with Jacy Jayne, so it's only fair given Jordynne Grace the win. Blake Monroe debuting, I believe. So that will be interesting too to see. We're gonna move on to, but my prediction for this is that Jacy Jayne retains the NXT Women's Championship. For the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which I had been a bit invested into. As we all remember, Bayley was scheduled to team with Lyra Valkyria to challenge for the Women's Tag Team Championship. However, that all got changed because Becky came back and, well, was the reason Bayley was not, going to be there at WrestleMania on night 1. So Becky got the big pop, got the return. This led to a feud with Lyra Valkyria, who was the champion at the time. Becky won the title in her last chance match at Money in the Bank, and Bayley had came back to stir up the pot. So everything has escalated so far, and you've watched the Raw and SmackDown reviews of this. We're gonna get the SmackDown review this Saturday. So everything has just been lining up. But in all fairness, this is what Becky really wants. This is all in Becky's hands because if you think about it, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria are just going at it for each other because Lyra can't stand Becky being the top dog, and Bayley just wants the championship to make her feel relevant. Becky's the title holder. because WWE needs to put a title on somebody worth giving a damn about. And there's Becky. My prediction for this match is that Becky retains. She'll pin Lyra Valkyria. That's why they had Lyra Valkyria stand tall in the end of Monday Night Raw. We'll move on to, of course, who I think the winner of the Battle Royal will be. Most likely, Nikki Bella will be the winner of this Battle Royal. Honestly, just because I don't really see anybody else winning it. Like, maybe Stephanie Bakir, possibly. Maybe a surprise return. Nikki Bella feels like the top person to win this match, considering that she was going to have a match with Liv Morgan or even with her sister for the tag team titles. So, my prediction for the Battle Royal would be Nikki Bella. With no build to this match, just two hand-picked title matches, Tiffany Stratton chose Trish Stratus as her opponent. So, Tiffany chose Trish. And yeah, I don't see Trish Stratus winning this. I see this as like one of those, like, I kind of see it as like Goldberg and Gunther, a Hall of Famer just coming in to get some spotlight and to be a part of this women's pay-per-view. Now what could follow is Trish Stratus turning heel, in a sense, being a heel legend, so that when she comes back again, she can be a heel. Or if she comes back in the Rumble next year in Saudi Arabia, she can go after Tiffany. We can get a Trish-Tiffany feud. Something that's inspiring. But I don't see that happening. And I think the main goal is to have Tiffany and Jade Cargill go one-on-one with each other so that we can get, of course, this chick right here, Miss Naomi, Miss Money in the Bank, eventually going to cash in, possibly. So, I think Tiffany holds on to the title. And since we are already speaking about that match, let's go on to the No Holds Barred match. So, my prediction for the Tiffany Trish, just to get it out the way, Tiffany Stratton retains the title, pinning a legend in Trish Stratus, but possibly setting up a good heel turn for Trish so that when she does come back after doing yoga, acting, and being a model, she can fucking be a heel and go after Tiffany and set up whatever kind of feud they want to go for. Jade Cargill taking on Naomi feels like a repeat. This is a feud that is never going to die until now. No holds barred, anything goes. Honestly, Jade's going to pick up the win here. Naomi's not going to feel anything. She has the Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't even know if there's any momentum going into it. I don't think so. I think Jade can really put Naomi in her past, or make her, or think that she's in the past. But come SummerSlam, Naomi will look to try to cash in and make a big fucking deal of it. And we'll get a heel Naomi champion. Woo-hoo! Big time for this. So, I think Jade Cargill will score the victory here. For the tag team titles, we have, of course, the Judgment Day. Raquel Rodriguez teaming up with Roxanne Perez to take on Sol Ruca and Zarya, who they just threw in there. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who they just put together. And then, of course, the Kabuki Warriors, consisting of Asuka and Kairi Sane, to give them something to do. Don't get me wrong, there's only really two names I care about in this. Bliss and Flair are going through whatever fucking friendship they got going on, and Sol Ruca and Zarya are almost in the same fucking path. It comes down to the two teams. Judgment Day, Kabuki Warriors. And I think that the Judgment Day is going to win with Perez taking that suffering loss that she had held. And I think that Roxanne's going to prove herself here to Raquel, that she is a part of the team and that she's here to stay. She's not here to, just be the helper. She's here to actually make an impact. So I think that Raquel and Roxanne will retain, but look out for the Kabuki Warriors to possibly steal it from them, just because they could set up another women's tag team championship match, or give them something to do, because there's not that many women's tag teams anymore. I'm sorry, there really isn't. But for the main event of this pay-per-view, Io Sky defeated Rhea Ripley to win the Women's World Championship before going to WrestleMania. Ripley inserted herself in the triple threat match on night 2 of WrestleMania 41, where Sky was able to retain it, because Bianca Belair was also in that triple threat match. Ripley has had her sights on getting a rematch ever since that day, ever since that night. So after her victory at Night of Champions, Rhea Ripley opened the following episode of Raw where she was confronted by Sky, who said the Raw General Manager Adam Pearce allowed her to defend her title at Evolution against an opponent of her choosing, and Sky subsequently chose Rhea Ripley. Considering that both are babyfaces at this moment in time, it shows that we're going to have a babyface versus babyface classic going on here in Atlanta. Now, I've talked about babyfaces versus babyfaces constantly on this podcast. You can even ask the guy on the other side of this room. When it comes to babyfaces versus babyfaces, the one thing that you have to look for is who's going to be the heel. And as far as I'm concerned, it's always, most likely, the opponent. So, we could be looking at a Rhea Ripley heel turn, once again. With her possibly saying the gimmick that she is. She could also show respect to Io, but Rhea Ripley could be looking for a heel turn just to give her something new to do and get another purpose, opposed to always having to fight with the Judgment Day or fight other opportunities. Or WWE could officially turn this on us and give Rhea Ripley the championship here, the big win that she deserves, pushing Io Sky away. Maybe likely having Io Sky be a participant, of course, in the Kabuki Warriors and fucking Judgment Day feud, which eventually Asuka and Kairi Sane might turn their back on Io. Who knows? We don't know what could happen. I feel like Rhea Ripley winning the championship here, but also sets up winning the championship here also sets up a possibility of having the title be defended again by Io, but Rhea Ripley might use heel tactics for this. Now, this is a big championship match, and I feel that we got to have some title changes here. We got to have some momentum. We got to have some big title change. We got some big title thing. As much as I want to bet against the champion, I think I'm going to have to. I think Rhea Ripley needs this title more than Io Sky does at this moment. Sky has held the title for now, what? We're already in fucking July. WrestleMania happened towards April, so 3 months. I've said 3 months is a good title reign. Put the belt on Rhea Ripley. My prediction for this match is Rhea Ripley wins the fucking title. You need to give her something to do at this moment, and we're going to be leading into SummerSlam, so Io could always look for a rematch. My prediction for this is Rhea Ripley retains. So let's just break it down one by one. Jacy Jayne retains the NXT Championship. Rhea Ripley wins the Women's World Championship. The Judgment Day or the Kabuki Warriors win the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Nikki Bella will win the Battle Royal for a championship match at Clash in Paris. Tiffany Stratton will pick up a win over the Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. Becky Lynch will retain her title against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. And Jade Cargill will pick up a win over Naomi. Cool beans, cool beans. I think that's pretty straightforward. Didn't have to leave anything out. Please check out, of course, WWE Evolution on Peacock or on Netflix internationally. Of course, streaming at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And before anything, you can also check out Saturday Night Main Event and, of course, the Great American Bash on Saturday for more wrestling content, of course. You know, that will also be streaming on Peacock or Netflix, most international markets. You can look out for that, too. There's a lot of good matches for Great American Bash. Nothing important. One big match, actually, is Ricky Saints and fucking Ethan Page and Falls Count Anywhere for the North American Championship. That's pretty fucking good. So, something to look forward to. But this has been the predictions. I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you guys on Saturday, and I'll see you guys on Monday for the Evolution review. Peace.